Hey guys, welcome back to Down the Stretch. First of all, I want to give condolences to the family of the late Enos Brown. Today is Derby Day, Wednesday, 6th of August 2025, and he has two entries in the Jamaica Derby, Nuclear Jet and Mark My Identity. So condolences goes out to the family of Enos Brown, trainer of Monday morning to win the Derby, the St. Ledger, I think even the Gold Cup. Okay, condolences to the family. Okay, guys, remember to like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment. Let's get right into the first race. The first race, nature bred 4 years and up, non of 2, and imported 4 years and up, maiden. 7 horses going 9 furlongs and 25 yards. Going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Successful Man, the 3, Papidon, the 4, Chesney, and the 5, Town Star. Okay, Successful Man. 3 consecutive seconds. His last 3 starts. Demar Williams claiming 3 kilos here for Errol Burke. Last time at this distance, though, was beaten by 29 lengths by Hit and Run. That race, though, could be a toss-out. Hit and Run got a very easy lead. No one went with Hit and Run and stole the race. But 3 consecutive seconds since that. Last time out at 7 furlongs. Second by 5 lengths to Buttercup. Successful Man was stalking for most of the race, but just could not keep up. But still ran a brave race for second. So even though stretching back out to 9 furlongs and 25 yards, I think he looks like the horse they're going to have to beat. The 3, Papidon, Radish Roman riding here for Greg Fennell, also coming out of that race with Buttercup, was close early, faded to finish 5th by 8 lengths, but going 9 furlongs and 25 yards now, and does look like he has some pace, possibly can jump out and go for that lead, and if not harassed early, this Papidon could prove very elusive on the front end, so giving Papidon a shot here. The 4, Chesney, Dane Dawkins riding for Stephen Todd. This imported filly now, she has run against better horses. On the 27th of April of last year, going 9 furlongs and 25 yards, came from far back to finish 4th by 5 lengths to King Pie and Brenda Boy. So I don't think the distance is going to be a problem. The last time at the distance, though, was beaten by Captain Sparrow Supremacy by 67 lengths. Can toss that out, way out of class there. But coming back to races, this year, since June, has 4 starts. Last run, encouraging, 4th by 8 lengths in that same Buttercup race. So definitely looks to be sharpening up this filly. And now stretching out to 9 furlongs and 25 yards, where I think she had her best run. And gets Dane Dawkins in the saddle now. This Chesney definitely can fight this out. And my outsider that I like in the race, Town Star, Andrew Powell, claiming 3 kilos here for Donovan Plummer. Hasn't shown much in recent starts. Last win was back in January, going 7 furlongs when coming from off the pace to win by 3 3/4 lengths, beating Papidon after coming out of the gate slow. Has 2 poor runs over 9 furlongs and 25 yards against Hit and Run and Solo Black. The general was second in the race with Solo Black. But figure 8 now on, getting off that weight. And if the pace goes hot early, I think Town Star is the horse that will be finished the strongest in the stretch. But as I said, Successful Man possibly might be the horse to beat. Chesney, though, looks capable at the distance. And Town Star is my outsider to watch. The second race, native bred 3-year-old, maiden special weight, a field of 6. They go 5 furlongs straight. Going to boil it down to 3. They're number 1, Platinum Princess. The 2, Prima Suprema. And the 5, Laredo. Okay, Platinum Princess. Radish Roman riding here for Anthony Nunes. Only 4 starts to date. Last time out was in November last year, 5.5 furlongs, when pressing the pace, but then fading to finish 3rd by 8 lengths to Kimuchi and Minola. Before that was 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths to Danka. So this Platinum Princess freshened up for this race now. Comes back here. Not really drilled at the exercise, but kept in shape. Blinkers are off for this race. Expecting a very good run here from this Platinum Princess. The 2, Prima Suprema. Garvin Harris will claim 4 kilos for Jason DaCosta, so coming in fairly light. Only 2 starts. 3rd on debut behind Native Flyer. And last time out in the race when Family Feud took hold of them early and ran away with it. Stayed on to finish 5th by 6 3/4 lengths. So Drilled coming in this race, though, has a nice workout on the 26th of July. Out the gates, 5 furlongs straight in 103, the first 4 in 47. So train for speed here. So I'm expecting Prima to flash some speed this afternoon. And the 5, Laredo. Philip Parchment riding here for Paul Swaby. 5 starts so far with a second. Finishing second by 6 lengths to Margarita, who was a very lone speed horse in that race. So Laredo came out of the gates very slow and had to chase a lone speed horse, Margarita, who stole it from early. Last time out in the race with Cop Car going 7.5 furlongs. I think was stretching the limits a little bit there, but come back down now to a short sprint, 5 furlongs straight, should suit this Laredo. Does have good pace, and I think this Laredo should definitely fight it out. I don't want to stick my neck out in a race like this. These are young horses, so I think it comes down to one of those 3. The third race, 3 years and up, optional claiming, 700,000 to 600,000, and 6 years and up, 9 of 4. A field of 8, they go 5 furlongs straight. I'm going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Sir Ganga Jamuna, the 3, Whiskey, the 6, Basilicus, and the 8, Irish Wish. Okay, Sir Ganga Jamuna, Tyrese Anderson claiming 4 kilos here for Rowan Matty. Very fit right now. So even though stepping up in class here, comes here extremely fit. Last time out was 5 furlongs straight for 350,000 claimers. So stepping 2 classes up, but he won convincingly by 4 3/4 lengths. Before that was 6 by 12 lengths to Let Him Fly. Let Him Fly recently dominated once again to win. So this Sir Ganga Jamuna, fit, consistent, ready to run once again. Going to give him a shot here, even though stepping up in class. The 3, Whiskey. Demar Williams claiming 3 kilos here for Dennis Lee. Strong front-running performance last time out at this level, beating Justin Biden, going 5.5 furlongs. Before that was a good second when trying to reach the line before Brampton Alex came flying. So this Whiskey coming in here extremely fit, getting some weight off of that claim. So have to give Whiskey a shot in here once again. The 6, Basilicus, represents one of the speed horses in the race. Wesley Henry riding here for Joseph Thomas. A good winner last time out. The class below this. But comes in here extremely fit and will be out on that headline. So if this Basilicus is not harassed too early, should still stick around to fight it out. And the 8, Irish Wish, Joy Haynes, claims 4 kilos here for Anthony Nunes. 3 in a clinker last time out. That was back in March, going 5 furlongs straight. Was a no-show behind Restoration. But before that, in 4-year-old and up, none of 2, going 4 furlongs straight, won by 2 lengths from Dream to Reality and Tornado Steel. Very consistent when focused and fit, and coming from the stables of Anthony Nunes, and claiming that 4 kilos with Joy Haynes. Expecting a good run from this Irish Wish. Value for money, Sir Ganga Jamuna could take a small wager, and if Irish Wish turns up in fighting form, could definitely win this. The 4th race, 3-year-old and up, claiming 1.5 million to 1.2 million. Small field of 6. They go 6.5 furlongs. And I'm going to have to boil it down to 4. They're going to be the 1, Press Conference, the 2, Milos, the 4, Sonny T and Chippy, and the 6, Rani Bangala. Okay, Press Conference, Shane Ellis riding here for Oral Hayden. Last time out at this level, second by a length to Generational. Generational recently came back and ran a very good race. So Press Conference coming here, although 6.5 furlongs looks a little stretch for Press Conference. Does have the class, has Shane Ellis in the saddle, definitely has a shot. The 2, Milos, Richie Shakes, claiming 3 kilos here for Michael Kane. Last time out at this level, going 7 furlongs, was third by 13 lengths to Mr. Senator, who was stepping down in class. So Milos was facing an out-of-class horse there. Before that, at the same level, going 6 furlongs, second by 3/4 lengths to James, who was also stepping down in class. So Milos here now with very good shot at this 6.5 looks ideal for Milos, and claiming that 3 kilo claim from 120 pounds. Milos is also in here with a very good shot. The 4, Sonny T and Chippy. Richard Henry claiming 3 kilos here for Damon Gale. Was third by 2 lengths last time out at this level against down in class Money Miser. Rani Bangala was second that day. So the distance, not too short for Sonny T and Chippy. He would prefer it a bit longer, but is capable at 6.5. His last run at 6.5 was back in November, when finishing third by 4 lengths to March and Shoot and Taurus Boy after coming to the gate slow. So definitely should have a live shot here. And the 6, Rani Bangala, Dane Dawkins riding here for Philip Elliott. Last time out, 5 furlongs straight at this level, second by 4 lengths to Sensational Move. A drop-down horse again. He came out of the gate slow that day, and 5 furlongs straight is not his forte. this Rani Bangala prefers a distance like this. His last time at this strip was third by 13 lengths to Burn Notice and Awesome Anthony. That was back in April. Has run very good races since. Had a good second going a mile against Money Miser. In that race had Sonny T and Chippy behind. And from a clean break here, this Rani Bangala, they've now put on the tongue tie and they've taken off the figure 8. I'm not sure he runs well with the figure 8, but because they've put on the tongue tie, I'm still going to give this Rani Bangala a shot. And I think if the pace collapse, Rani Bangala could be the horse that wins it all. The fifth race, nature bred 4 years and up, non-runners of 4, and imported 4 years and up, non-runners of 3. A field of 8, they go 7 furlongs. I'm going to boil this race down to 4. They're going to be the 2, Zulu Warrior, the 4, Blue Sensation, the 7, Riches to Rags, and the 8, Mac and Rome. Okay, Zulu Warrior. Tyrese Anderson claiming 4 kilos here for Adrian Prince. Last time out, second by 4 lengths to Florindia when I'm stepping up in class. So had to chase the speed of Florindia the entire way, but still stayed on for that second money. Before that, the class below this, going 6 furlongs, was a dominant winner, winning by 15 lengths very easily. Stretched out to 7 furlongs now. Don't think that's going to be much of a problem for this Zulu Warrior. Had a good run at 7 furlongs back in January when finishing second by 2 lengths to Miss Sherry. Had Jay Spieth behind in that race and came out slow at the start. The 4, Blue Sensation. This is my long shot of the race that I like. O'Neill Mullins riding here for Peter John Passad. Last time out, 4th by 24 lengths, going 7.5 furlongs. In the grade above this, it was in a 3-year-old and up, non-winners of 4. Finishing behind Ride All Day. Had no chance there. Before that, going 5.5 furlongs, in 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 4, also beaten by Ride All Day. And before that, at this distance, 24th of May, in 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 4 was third by 23 lengths to Incredible Joe and Supernatural Power. So this is basically stepping down in class against horse that he has beaten before. Morning line says 12-1. I love this Blue Sensation. If you check back on the 5th of April 2025, 6.5 furlongs, came from off the pace to win by a half a length from Oil Machine and Zulu Warrior. So if the right Blue Sensation turns up, and it looks like she's turning up, she's working pretty well at the exercise, I think this Blue Sensation has a good shot to catch them if the pace goes too hot too early. The 7, Riches to Rags, also another one of those horses that's been running against much better. Shaheem Gordon claiming 4 kilos here for Philip Fiani last time out in that same race with Zulu Warrior where Florindia got the lone speed and ran away with the race. Riches Rag came out slow at the start and did not get a strong pace to chase, but still managed to finish third. Before that, going 6 furlongs. on this Star Quest. The 2, H2O. Robert Halliday riding here for Jason DaCosta. Highly thought of imported colt on debut. 6.5 furlongs, 4 to 5 favorite. Finished third by 4 lengths to Nephew. And Gervano, so not embarrassed there. Next start going 6.5 furlongs. Second by a length. Also to Nephew. Had Incredible Joe behind in that race. Then stretched out to 9 furlongs and 25 yards. Tried to make all the running, but found wanting in the stretch to be beaten by 11 lengths by Fearless Mission. That was also at 2 to 5. And last time out going 5.5 furlongs now. Couldn't make the lead, sprinting. And was beaten by Bowmore. So comes back here, working brilliantly once again. 5 furlongs straight in 1 minute and 1/5 by 46.4. And now rested and comes back here looking fighting fit. The figure 8 is also taken off of this one. So in a race of this nature, can prove once and for all that he's not a morning glory. And looks like the horse they're going to all have to beat. The 4, Princess Chris. Michael Semple will ride here for Norman Smith. Last time out, had a poor start and was rushed through by Semple, going 9.5 furlongs, which did not do her any favor. She was prominent turning for home, but faded to finish 5th by 29 lengths to Bob the Builder. Before that, at 9 furlongs and 25 yards, start the pace and ran well to finish only a length behind Uncle Baba. So very capable. 7 furlongs I don't think is a problem, and expecting a good run from this Princess Chris. And the 8, Prince Kazir. Damar Williams claiming 3 kilos for Ray Phillips. Third by 16 lengths last time out to Nuclear Jet. Powerful performance there by Nuclear Jet, who will be running in the Derby. Before that was 5th by 4 lengths to Miss Marbella. Came back and ran a big race, finishing third behind another one. So this Prince Kazir, I think 7 furlongs is up his alley. And with the 3 kilo came, I think this Prince Kazir at a good price can run on to grab a piece of the action. But for me, I think this H2O possibly outclassed this field. The 11th and final. This is the Jamaica Derby. Native bred 3-year-old, Futurity Grade 1. Big field of 15, 12 furlongs. Let's get right into it. I'm going to boil this race down to 5. They're going to be the 1, Burning Hedge. The 4, Nuclear Jet. The 7, Benison. The 11, I Dream Again. And the 15, Sensational Soul. Okay, Burning Hedge. Dick Cardenas gets back the ride here on this horse that he won the 2-year-old stakes on for trainer Carl Anderson. Winner of the 1,000 guineas when ridden by Radish Roman, easily by 5 lengths. Stretched out to 10 furlongs last time out in the St. Ledger. Had traffic problems the entire race, had to come very wide and was flying home late to finish third by 2 lengths to I Dream Again, who was stalking the pace, and Hansa, who broke down. So he wasn't really flying. The pace really came back, I would say, because the race was a very slow 2 minute 14, not a stairs time. So I think stamina-wise, most of these horses I don't think get the trip, but class-wise, Burning Hedge definitely is going to be in here with a good shot with her late run, as long as she doesn't go too fast too soon. The 4, the horse I like in the race, a horse I've been talking about for the past few months, is Nuclear Jet. Radish Roman gets back the ride here. This one was conditioned by the late Enos Brown. I don't know who's going to be training this one coming into the Derby, but rest in peace, Enos Brown. He's going to pass it on. The last time he had a Derby winner was when he got a horse coming into his stable coming out of the Guineas, and he ended up winning the Derby and the St. Leger. So maybe this is an opportunity for him to pass it on to another trainer. This Nuclear Jet, a horse I've liked from the first time he ran. He was 5th by 5 lengths, going 5 furlongs straight, and caught my attention immediately. Just the way how he ran, how he stride out. He came out slow at the starting gates and was striding powerfully in the stretch. The next time he came back, I tipped him on my channel. If you watched the tips for the 31st of May, going 6.5 furlongs. He came from way out of the clouds to win by a length and a quarter, getting 5 to 1. I also tipped him the next time going 9 furlongs and 25 yards, but Rottermere Weir couldn't get him out of trouble there. He was bogged down the entire stretch, begging for racing room, just couldn't find it. Finished third by 4 lengths to Lockdown and Alive. And then the last time out, going 7 furlongs, I had my live going, and I said, this horse, if he wins by 8 lengths, I guarantee you're going to see him be one of the Derby contenders. And he made one move in that race to win by 15 lengths, cantering from the last furlong in a smart 128 for these horses. So this Nuclear Jet looks very classy. My opinion, looks like he will get a distance of ground. And if there's an upset in the Derby, I think it will be by this Nuclear Jet. The 7, Benison, Philip Parchment, riding here for Ryan Williams. Morning line says 15-1. Last time out, 9.5 furlongs, show that he will get a distance of ground. Came from far off the pace to almost catch Bob the Builder, who had a very easy lead. Bob the Builder wasn't pressured in the race. He was easy up front, but Benison came charging late. So that talks for the stamina of Bob the Builder. You know, he was coming back in that race. A very slow 2:07 for 9.5 furlongs. Benison was staying on. So I'm expecting Benison once again, if the pace collapse, should be staying on at the finish again at a good price. The 11, I Dream Again. This horse now, Robert Halladine for Jason DaCosta. Capitalized on Hansa coming up lame in the last furlong of the St. Leger. And a brilliant ride by Halladine there. Didn't get too jumpy and rushed it. So he stayed on strong to win, holding off Burning Hedge, flying home late. As I said though, it was a very slow 2:14 for 10 furlongs. Not really a stayer's time, but the track is fairly slow. But 2:14 is really slow. But does have the St. Leger win, and that was at 10 furlongs, the only 3-year-old to win a 10 furlong race. Has 2 more furlongs to go, and with Halladine in saddle, if he rates him properly, should see out the trip once again and have a good chance of fighting it out. And the 15 is Sensational Soul, Shane Ellis for Gary Sobrati. Disappointed in the St. Leger. Had a little traffic problem there, but just did not fire when leaving that half-mile pole. Was hanging on late in the event to only be beaten 4th by 7 3/4 lengths, but still a fair beating, going 10 furlongs in a slow time. Has 2 more furlongs to go. So I think Shane Ellis might have to get this horse in the pace a lot earlier and hope that the speed holds out. But I'm going to give him a shot here to finishing it, being one of the classier horses in the event, because in races like this, class tends to win it. If you check back in the history books, when Warzone won his Triple Crown, Warzone never won another race past 6 furlongs after that. So he used class there to win 12 furlongs. So class going to play a major role in this Derby. And if there's any horse in the race that legitimately stays 12 furlong, that's the horse that should win. But as I said, the horse I really like in the race is Nuclear Jet at a decent price, but very, very, very competitive race. Okay, guys, good luck on Derby Day. And as always, stay safe.